Ireland to break. Red ball potty.
And welcome back to Chorley here for the World 8-Ball Pool Championships, the Embassy Championships. And it's Ireland versus Australia. The top player from Australia, Jack Halligan, versus Thomas Kinsella,
Yellow ball's nominated.
arguably one of Ireland's best. And yellow ball's in play. And this looks like a glorious opportunity for Ireland. Yellow's very nicely situated in these opening frames, pressure packed. And a tremendous amount of support for both sides, and just have a look at that. They brought the mascot along with them. That's Thomas Kinsella representing Ireland at the table. Just making sure in his mind how he wants to go about proceedings here. And I can tell you he has been a force to be reckoned with in these championships. He's played 24 frames, and he's won 15 of them. A man heavily counted on from the Irish side. And there'll be no shortage of noise in this match either. Both the Irish side and Australians like to show their emotion, and they brought an awful lot of support with them as Ireland. Colors all matching the flags. And that looks to be perfect. So just the yellow and black required. I've got a man sat beside me, a very interested spectator in all this. He happens to be the England team manager, Alan Bartlett. Just this black required, Alan, for the Irish side to go 1-0 up.
A perfect start for the Irish, Jim. I felt that if they were going to do any good in this match, they've got to get off to a good start.
And a good start is just exactly what they did, completely shutting out Australia's #1, Jack Halligan. A dream start for Ireland, and you know they're going to want to continue. And now they'll be looking for Pat Furlong to carry on the tradition here. And he's going to be playing another seasoned veteran from the Australian side, Mick Delahunty.
We certainly won't miss Mick Delahunty if he doesn't make the final. He's won all 6 frames against us in the qualifiers, and he won all 3 frames against us last time he played. So he's won 9 out of 9 against England, so we certainly shan't miss him.
Well, 9 out of 9 against England and 18 out of 24 overall. And that translates to a 75% success rate.
I think the Australians are getting a shock because they really believed that these 8-foot tables were going to make the difference and that they would be far superior on them because that's what they play on back in Australia. But at the moment, it's not working out that way.
And that was a brilliant shot from Mick Delahunty.
I agree with you there, but once again, he's left himself on the edge of the knife. He's got to put these 2 and get up the table, and if he doesn't, the Irish are back in with the game again.
Well, if he elects to take this yellow, then, Alan, this is the key shot. If he can maintain position onto one of those loose yellows at the top end as we look.
He needs a little bit of luck to achieve that, and at the moment, the luck isn't going their way. I don't think that's any good. I think he's struggling to burst open the yellow. He can't come backwards. He's going to go up the table with this one. This ball must go.
Well, he looks like a veteran, and he's playing like a seasoned veteran.
Kiss of death, was that, Jim? Good ball.
Tremendous black. And Mick Delahanty, without a reply, takes Australia to their first frame, and just look at the emotion they're showing. He'll egg his team on. Australia knows that they will let one slip away yet again. 5-1 now. That's the deficit that they're facing.
I've played with Tony for 10 years in the Cornwall County side. And one frame pool is not his forte. He likes the longer matches. He's a big potter. But he has been absolutely superb this week.
Well, that's the man at the table breaking off. He was my co-commentator in the first semifinal, Tony Holgate. And you just know he's feeling terrific about the way things are going right now.
That's why they call him the Basher.
I was just about to say, Alan, they don't call him the Basher for no reason. Did he ever get into that break? I'm surprised those balls are all still in one piece.
Well, I don't think there'll be many left when he's finished. I think the red balls he'll take. He'll play the plant along the bottom, take out the red ball, the red into the center. And that'll leave him 2 balls at the top of the table.
Tony was really looking forward to this match.
He's a showman, Jim. The television is an ideal stage for Tony. The more people there are, the more it's worth. This man can be a star. And look at the face. Well, that's worked out perfect. He can pick the red off past the black, come back up for the red in the middle, drop down the bottom, and leave the black into the corner pocket.
He certainly appears to be a man on a mission.
Perfect. Even I would fancy getting these.
Now, will he be able to get that cue ball up closer to the black, or will he leave it long distance?
Middle table, I should think.
Tremendous pot, a break and finish from the captain of the Irish team, Tony Holgate. And he is in 7th heaven right now. 7 frames played, and Ireland has won 6 of them.
The odds really are starting to favour the Irish to pull off this shock victory.
Now it's Ben Vito from Australia. But first to play, it's the Irish, Pat Furlong.
Very careless break shot there, Jim. In these rules, if you're going off on the break, you only get 1 visit. That's to encourage open play. But if you make the white ball jump off the table, you get 2 visits away against you. So Ben's got a super chance here to pull a one back for the Australians.
And still an open table.
Yes, he has. First ball that he pots, that's the ball that he will be on.
Fine yellow balls.
So yellow balls are the chosen color. You'd have to be mildly surprised if the Beastmaster didn't go on to take this frame.
This is a surprise shot to me because the black's tied up.
Tried it.
I thought he may have kept that ball there. Maybe a time when he gets all his balls trapped together and he can't see one past the other.
Second visit.
All of a sudden, he's struggling to make the clear up, and perhaps he should be thinking of looking to the next visit, but once again, he's carried on wading into this clear up.
And now that black ball even more ominously placed. He's just covered it with another red.
One thing in his favour is that the red ball on the side cushion for the Irishman is a difficult pot into the bottom corner. And if he takes these 3 yellows out and then misses the black, just one good snooker from the Irishman should see him win this frame.
Yeah, certainly that's what's in Mr. Furlong's mind.
Superb shot from Ben Vito. He's left himself bridging, but he should pot this black. A superb finish to hopefully get the Australians on the roll.
This is a big one.
Yes.
And in it goes, so it's Ben Vito pulling one back for Australia. And really, for my money, Alan, when he opened that black up and maintained position on the last yellow, that was the key ball.
Yes, it was. It looked very difficult for him.
And certainly worth another look again. Just have a look at this. He really couldn't have judged this shot any better. Absolutely perfect pace. Sonny Lister from Australia. He's going to be playing Paul Heaney, representing Ireland. 10-6 the scoreline, remember. Favoring Ireland, still the first team to get to 14. They'll be through to the final. And a date against the England team, the defenders.
He has just one difficult ball, and that's the yellow near the centre pocket. It's got to be played down into the bottom corner. If he gets that, this should be a simple clear-up. He's got a lot of options on which way to go for this clear-up. How fortunate that is. How the pendulum swings. One bad shot, and all of a sudden Australia have the ascendancy. He may well cut this red ball into the bottom corner and try and drop all the way up onto the red ball on the top cush. If he could get that one out of the way, well, he's going even simpler than that. Dropping the red in the middle and straight up onto this one.
Confirmation that Sonny Lister from Australia is at the table.
His confidence is no doubt high. He beat Greg Farron in his first frame. And he's had a good tournament in general. Only Mick Delahunty and Jack Halligan have won more frames for Australia. He should take these balls and close the gap.
Everything looks easy from the commentary position, doesn't it, Alan?
I cannot count how many times in the last session we've said that they should win the game from here, and they haven't. It's unbelievable. Our semi-final against France, the game seemed to go so quick. I suppose we never got into this pressure cooker situation.
Perfectly judged, just cannoning the red into a potable position. And now really no obvious obstructions.
This man's cueing very well. He'll probably choose to screw the red into the corner and go all the way down the table to put the red on the baulk line and leave the red ball over the middle. As soon as I've said that, he's gone the other way. This is amazing. That ball's ideal for the black. He must put the red in the top corner and screw down the table for the red on the baulk line.
30 seconds remain.
Well, for some reason, Alan, he just doesn't fancy it.
All of a sudden, he's going to have to play a good shot to get on the black. How lucky that was. Another inch and he'd have thrown the game back to the Irish. As it is, he's got a straight screw back for the black.
And all Paul Heaney can do is sit and watch.
It looks like he feels he's got to bump into the yellow or go behind it. He didn't get into that ball. He felt he would kiss the yellow. I think he could have screwed past it. And now he's got a tough black ball. Very similar to the one missed by his compatriot in the last frame.
Big shot, this one. It's there. Australia takes it. Oh, well, isn't that something? There, the white had gone in off into the middle pocket, and that is a cruel, cruel twist of fate. Ben Vito from Australia, it's really down to him now. And the man he's got to stop is the man that is yet to win a frame here, surprisingly, for Ireland. It's Greg Ferrin. Last year's runner-up in the individual championship. A worthy opponent. And that's the task that faces the Australian.
How grateful Greg will be if the Irish team do get to the final, as looks certain now. Because as you say, he hasn't won a frame tonight. Ben spotted a red ball off the break, and I'm certain he'll choose red balls as well.
Come on. 30 seconds remaining.
Playing red balls.
He's known as the Beastmaster, and he's taking lots of time. Australia can afford no more mistakes. They've got it all to do, and it starts with him.
He played to disturb the red from the yellow there. He didn't get contact. It's got to be all the more difficult to disturb later. That's not worked out for him at all. He's got to be looking to consolidate his position. He's going to have to play a good position and get coverage over one of the top two pockets. If he fails to do that, Greg Farron will have a chance to take the match for the Irish. And he's missed that, and he's given the chance to Farron.
And the Irish team can sense victory. Just look at them. They know they've got a man that they'd probably want at the table, looking to secure it as well.
It'll be interesting to see if Greg goes all out for the finish, or he takes a couple of balls out from the bottom of the table and then covers the top pocket where the red is. I have a feeling we might see Farron go for the clear up.
Well, he hasn't won a frame yet, but could the one that he wins have the most impact?
I believe you can take the yellow into the center and then the one up the side cushion and leave an angle onto the other yellow in the center to land on the yellow into the opposite corner and clear these balls up.
You described that, Alan. I think I'd like a road map.
Greg's just about to draw you one, Jim. It looks like he's just taking the one different option and maybe taking both the balls at the top first before playing the yellow in the middle. Either way, the ball in the middle looks the key to this frame.
Backs against the wall. No more mistakes allowed from Ben Vito.
He's took my first option, Jim. Yellow in the middle and screw onto the red. And it's good night, Eileen, for the Australians.
He's having a look at the last yellow, and position on it, not a formality. The pace of the cue ball here, all important. He's got to find the gap.
He's found it. Which pocket for the black, Jim?
Well, obviously you can see the yellow because he's looking at the black. You're the expert in this game, Alan. Couple choices though, doesn't he?
He looks like he's screwing straight back. No. He's played a little run-through shot. He's leaving himself an awkward pot into the center of the pocket.
Awkward, given the fact that he may be bridging slightly over the red, and that made much more difficult because it's frame and match ball. It's there. You knew it was there before it went in. They told you. And it's Greg Farron taking the frame and with it the match. And a very, very happy Irish squad. We'll be seeing your squad in the final in the Embassy World Pool Team Championships.